Just live on my smaller channel, where I kind of just do a variety show. I do all kinds of random stuff over there. But I am live in Albuquerque, New Mexico. According to the governor, this is the safest city in the United States of America right now because it is, by her executive order, officially a gun-free zone. The entire city and the entire county. The entire city of Albuquerque and the entire county of Bernalillo, by New Mexico State Governor's order, is now a gun-free zone for 30 days because she has declared a public health epidemic on what she calls gun violence. The governor of New Mexico has declared a public health epidemic in Albuquerque, New Mexico on gun violence, and therefore has written an executive order saying that nobody in the city of Albuquerque or the county of Bernalillo can concealed carry or open carry any firearm for the next 30 days. If you guys haven't seen that stuff, I posted an edited video about 5 or 6 hours ago that shows the it was a 50-minute press conference. I cut it up into about 15. It was a 50-minute press conference. I cut it down to about 15 minutes to try and give you some of the biggest highlights. I also put a direct link to the full press conference. If you guys have got the time, I would strongly suggest going to watch the entire 50 minutes of the press conference. I think it's well worth it. There was a lot of things said in there besides just, we're outlawing guns for the next 30 days. The things that she said are shocking. Multiple times she said that law-abiding citizens who are carrying for self-defense should be arrested. Okay, she said that once. She said, when somebody said, well, with this order, does this mean that police are going to be arresting law-abiding citizens who are carrying? And she said, not necessarily, but I think that it raises the question. I think that it should raise the question about whether or not they should, or something along the lines of, but maybe they should be arrested. Maybe law-abiding citizens should be arrested. I did not want a gun until they started taking them, says Theta Naya, right? Thank you for the super chat. I appreciate that. So I'm in Albuquerque right now. I just went and talked with the state police. If you go to my other channel, Fake News Network, you can find it buried in an hour-long live stream. I did get some good, clean, static recorded footage of it as well, though, that I'll upload later to this channel in a much more cut-down version. Yo, thanks, Jack the Ripper Media, or Ripper Jack Media. If gun violence increases, will she sign an executive order that everyone has to carry? That's Ripper Jack Media. That is a very interesting thing that you said there, because if you go and you listen to the entire 50 minutes, she does say, if this doesn't work, what exactly did she say? Basically, I'm paraphrasing, but basically, if this doesn't work, she's going to do something else. And she doesn't specify exactly what it is, but she intends to do far worse when this doesn't work. And anybody could tell you that this is guaranteed to cause more violence. As soon as the criminals find out, I mean, if people were to actually obey it, as soon as criminals found out that there was not a single person in this entire city that's armed, it would be a free-for-all for crime. As soon as they found out nobody in this huge line of cars right over here headed over to the state fair, as soon as they found out not a single one of these people has the ability to defend themselves, it's open season, dude. And she said in her press conference, if this doesn't work, I don't remember exactly what her words were, but there'll be more coming. This woman has to be stopped now. And I don't think lawsuits and injunctions and all of that are quite enough. This woman needs to be in prison. It's time for a Patrick Henry speech. Thanks, Cliff Williams, for the super chat. This woman needs to be in prison, and that's all there is to it. Naya, thank you again. Is that a Naya? So, the redress your grievances form is a gun permit. You know, this is the thing too about buying permission to exercise a right. For those in New Mexico who actually bought a permit from the state to be allowed to carry, I mean, I don't know what you agreed to when you signed that, but I bet you agreed to do whatever your master tells you to do. Yeah, I bet you traded in your right for a privilege, and you signed on it, and now it's contract law. You agreed to it voluntarily. We're going to drive around, though, and show you guys some of the city. I just went and talked to the state police and asked them, do you intend to enforce this? They didn't want to talk to me about it at all. But we're going to drive around the city. We're going to go into the southeast part of Albuquerque. There is definitely a crime epidemic. That if there's one thing that the governor said that was true, there is definitely an epidemic of crime in the city of Albuquerque. I've done cop watching in a lot of cities, in a lot of different states around the entire United States. And I've always said since the first time I came out here to Albuquerque, this is absolutely positively the most crime-ridden city that I've ever been to. And it still is, and it has gotten far worse since the first time that I was out here 3 years ago. It's only gotten far, far worse. So we're going to go and drive through some of the absolute worst parts of the city, the southeast, which is known, for those who don't live out here, who don't know the area, it's known as the war zone. That's what people in New Mexico call Southeast Albuquerque, the war zone. We're going to go drive through there right now. If I can get my bearings and figure out where I'm at least. All right. Should have cleaned up my windshield before going live, huh? And you guys let me know how you feel about how you would feel about coming out in this city. Honestly, during the day, sometimes it looks even worse during the day than at night. And in the years that we've done cop watching here, a lot of times the daytime cop watches are busier. A lot more calls for violent crimes in the middle of the day than at nighttime. Heading to the war zone? Yep, we are headed to the war zone. I didn't take the best route there, but I kind of didn't want to go back through that traffic over there by the state fair, so. And honestly, I don't know this area that well. I'm coming strapped. We're good. Yeah, this is absolute insanity. Guys, what do you think? Let me know in the chat what you think about why the governor may have done this or tried to do this. Because everything really truly isn't always exactly what it seems, right? Do you guys, let me know in the chat, what do you think? Do you think that it truly is just what it is on the surface? That she just wants to outlaw guns outright? Do you think it was some sort of attempt at political grandstanding? This governor is in her second term, and she can't run for governor again And so this is her last term. There's some people who have said that, you know, she's aspiring to go into national politics, and maybe this is just political grandstanding. There's some people who would say that about control, ramping up new lockdowns. Power does what it wants. Lock her up, yeah. Even Hillary didn't try to do stuff like this, right? I mean, she talked about it, but she never really, like, did it. All right, we're on Wyoming, headed towards Central. And I'm gonna stay in the car tonight. For those of you who have come out and done cop watching with me on the smaller channel where we go live and kind of chase calls around, I'm not getting out of the car tonight. Up here to this McDonald's. Thanks, Torque Auditor. Disarmed for something bigger coming. Appreciate the super chat, man. I don't know how well you guys can see. The homeless population out here has exploded. Drug abuse is through the roof, and so is violent crime. We were out here on New Year's this year. New Year's Eve. Was it this year or last year? It was this year. People are literally smoking fentanyl out of foil right there in the open. Right there in the open, just sitting on the sidewalk. And by smoking fentanyl, I mean, maybe some of you guys know better how this crap works, but they throw fentanyl and I guess something else mixed together on a piece of foil, heat it up, smoke it. Honestly, I never did any of that stuff. I'm pretty ignorant about it, but and they're sitting right out there in the open doing it all up and down the street. I don't know how well you can see it on the live stream. And it's all day and all night. But sorry, we were out here on New Year's. And right up here, I believe it was right here, Central in Utah. Is this where? No, maybe it's one more block. Texas. Somebody was shot dead right in the middle of the street on New Year's, right about midnight. Just right in 2023, and it was within, I think it was like 12:20 a.m. And there were about 50 to 100 people sitting around the area when it happened. It wasn't there. It was right here. This is Pennsylvania. It's this gas station, or it's not even a gas station, convenience store. We'll pull in there in a second. It was right here at Dallas. And right here in the middle of the street, there was a dude just laying dead. And there were 50 to 100 people gathered around the area. And nobody said anything. Nobody called the police. It ended up being a vehicle that passed by and saw him bled out in the street. that ended up calling 911. And then 2 days later, we were downtown at the clubs, not really clubbing, but just kind of out cop watching and watching what's going on out there. And a guy was stabbed to death right in front of hundreds of people in the downtown, basically like club crawl scene. I should come down here during the day and do this for you guys. The video is not very good. I can see a lot, but I don't know how much you can see what's out here. So within the first 2 or 3 days of the year of 2023, we were on the scene of 2 murders, both committed in front of at least a few dozen people. The second one was in front of hundreds of people. So if you think that people care about the governor's order saying that you can't carry firearms, there are people out here literally committing murder right in front of everyone. This isn't being done. I mean, most of the ones we've seen were not done in back alleys or, you know, in a secluded dark area. They were done right in front of everybody. But surely now these people who do this type of stuff are going, oh, you know what? The governor said that we can't carry guns anymore. We better stop doing this now. I think I'll come out tomorrow and do this again for you guys in the daylight. And I'll tell you what, for everybody watching, you better effing believe I am strapped right now. With one in the chamber. No way in hell anyone in their right mind is coming into Albuquerque in the day or at night. The day is just as bad as the night. No way in hell anyone in their right mind should be coming out here unarmed. You are completely and totally outside of your mind if you think that's a good idea. We followed police calls out here for years, following the scanner. I went with Mario and a couple other people. I've been out here with Clash with Bow. And some of the absolute quickest response times for the Albuquerque police were about 20 minutes. And those were response times on priority calls. Calls for violent crimes, shooting in progress, or a violent crime in progress. Typically about 20 minutes was the wait time on that. 20 minutes. When we were out here cop watching, most of the time, I'm sorry, not a lot of times, the police never, ever, ever showed up to calls at all. Most of the domestic violence calls, especially on the southeast side, which is where we're at right here, right now, most of the calls for violent crimes in progress on the southeast side were never, ever, ever responded to at all. We would, and that's documented on Mario's channel, that's documented on live streams on the Fake News Network channel. You would hear the call come out over the radio. You know where the address is. We would go and we would sit there, and they'd never show up. Never. Yo, thanks for the super chat. I'm telling you, if you have a problem in Albuquerque and you need help, you definitely, absolutely, positively have a better chance of survival if you got a number for a crackhead to call. Because at the very least, they'll show up quicker, especially if you tell them you got crack. Now, I don't know how much help they'll be when they get there, but hey, the police don't seem to be much help when they arrive either, so. One night when we were out, is this guy got his turn signal on? I thought I was blocking somebody trying to move over. One night when we were out right here on the sidewalk on the right on San Pedro, that's J&L Motorsports right there. There was a dude that we thought was sleeping on the sidewalk because there are people sleeping on the sidewalks everywhere out here. And we were going to there was another lady on the other side of the street that was throwing rocks at cars as they passed. And we thought the dude on the sidewalk was sleeping. A few minutes later, somebody came up and said, hey, this dude on the sidewalk is gone. He's deceased. He had overdosed right there laying on the sidewalk. He was revived and taken to the hospital. We don't know what happened to him though. And this is a daily occurrence regular out here. It's a constant, regular daily occurrence. They will come for you out of... They know you're armed? Oh, yeah. Well, just like I won't stop for a crackhead who wants to screw with me out here, I also won't stop for a cop who wants to screw with me out here, so... Call and tell the police you have ID that needs to be checked to see how fast they arrive. Thanks for the super chat. Has YouTube censored my comment yet? Probably, Alan Dula. If you guys haven't listened to the entire press conference with the governor, I would strongly suggest checking it out. It's 50 minutes long. I uploaded a shortened 15-minute version on this channel earlier today. And if all you got is time for 15 minutes, I would strongly suggest watching that. But if you've got time for the whole hour, it's 50 minutes. And if you got time, we may have a cop watch up here. Let's see what's going on up here. We got a lot of cops here. Or just one or two cops and their lights are reflecting off the windows. If you got a chance to watch the entire hour, 50 minutes, 50, it's well worth watching just to see exactly how crazy this woman is. Let's see what we got here. There's a Corvette, there is broken glass, there is police. Throw you guys on the gimbal here real quick. I'm on private property and there's a security guard right here, so hopefully they don't kick me out. If they do though, I'll leave. Hey, how you doing, man? Good. Break in? Is this your store? Cool. How you guys doing tonight? I'm gonna see if I can talk to this store owner too after. Sorry, I'm live, guys. My bad. I'm gonna see if I can talk to the store owner after he moves his car. See what he thinks about the fact that the governor said he has to be unarmed, and we got people running around destroying his property. Cops are like, oh, we're gonna go the other way. James Freeman is over here. They were going this way. As soon as I came this way, they decided to go the other way. What's up, man?
How much? How are you?
Good. We got unit Z33. Can't see what that one is. Alpha 25. Hey, how you doing? We'll go see if he wants to talk.
Put them in.
Hey, you mind talking on camera about it?
And normally I wouldn't mind at all, but I had my fridge break on me tonight.
Oh, here, can I turn it towards me then and have you talk? You know, I got the camera on me then.
I wonder if it's going to show. Probably will. I have to take it out. Go ahead.
We can show my screwed up teeth.
Okay. Normally these are real pretty.
Yeah. So your store got broken into? What happened?
Well, I just got here and we've got video of someone breaking out of the store.
Okay.
Yep.
I see there's rocks around. What are the police looking for right now? I see they're going across the street. Do you know what they're looking for?
We know that the guy ran across the street and got in a silver F-150. Yes.
Okay. So you didn't see him break in, you saw him break out.
No, we didn't actually see them, but our
camera,
our neighbor got it on video.
Okay. So, wanted to ask, have you heard about the governor's new order?
I did. No guns.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How do you feel about that?
We don't need these people having guns. They do enough on their own without guns.
Okay. So there are a lot of criminals out here that are committing crimes with guns, right?
Oh yeah.
Okay. So you don't carry yourself though?
Nope.
Okay. All right. Sounds good.
Yeah. I don't know if I want that out there that I don't carry a gun, actually.
Would that make you feel unsafe if people knew that you were unarmed?
Are we being recorded?
No, you were recording me. It's on me. Yeah. Yeah, so
ask the question again.
Would that make you feel unsafe if people knew that you were unarmed at all times?
It wouldn't make me feel safer.
Okay. I mean, you ever thought about carrying mace or something?
We carry mace in the store while we're open.
All right.
I own other stores in this area, and this is an ongoing problem here.
All right. So we can see though that it's people that no matter what, criminals don't obey the laws to not have guns, right?
Of course not.
Okay.
Yeah. If we're not carrying guns, all we're doing is they're going to still carry a gun. Now we can't defend ourselves. I may just have to get a concealed carry just to protect myself and my employees.
I'll tell you what, I didn't used to carry 7 or 8 years ago. Mm-hmm. I really didn't. And then I got this saying, back the blue till it happens to you. People support the police until they get their ass beat or get screwed over by the police. You know, it's the same thing with just about everything else. I didn't start carrying until I was a victim of a crime. And I went, holy shit, I could have died that day.
Yeah.
I very likely could have died that day. And I said, I am so lucky, and I'm never going to let that happen again.
My concern is that I end up having to kill somebody over stealing something.
Yeah. So my personal, I don't know what the laws are in New Mexico. In Texas, you can kill people over stuff. But personally, I won't shoot somebody over stuff, but I will shoot them over protecting life.
Yeah, I would protect myself at all costs also.
Yeah. All right. Well, hey, I do appreciate you talking to me, man.
Okay. Now, were you with one of the news?
I'm James. I'm with Realjamesfreeman on YouTube.
Oh, okay.
And we talk about the stuff the news doesn't want to talk about.
Oh, okay.
You know, the truth.
Yeah, yeah.
The reality. Yeah.
Sorry I didn't give you a better interview. I'm just not in the right frame of mind.
No, I appreciate you chatting with us.
Okay.
It was awesome. Thank you. That's interesting. How interesting is that, folks? Some people just don't He changed his opinion. Did you guys notice that? He changed his opinion. You see how easily people just go with the flow of whatever they think, the majority around them is going to do or say? Because that's what I saw him just do just now. Session now, 6% responsible for 60% of all violent crimes. Thank you. But guys, that seems to be the way that people are. Like, instead of genuinely having an opinion of your own or an idea of your own, even if it is somebody else's, but something that you truly believe in, there are so many people who, it seems, really don't have any convictions that they believe in, that will literally go whichever way the wind is blowing at the moment, which is how the lockdowns happened in the first place during COVID. And it's exactly how this is happening right now. Gosh. And this guy ain't young. I thought that was incredibly interesting, though. He wanted to talk trash about, people shouldn't have guns. People shouldn't have guns. And then as soon as he found out that might be published, that he doesn't have guns, all of a sudden he didn't feel safe. I mean, very telling, right? Hate him all you want. You are never, ever, ever going to get them out of the hands of criminals. I don't even think we're really in the war zone anymore right here either. I don't think this is, we're kind of getting closer to downtown. Is very interesting. Whoa, 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 whoa. Are people going to hear that I'm unarmed? I don't want people knowing that. That's, I think that's the joy of, I think a lot of people don't even need to be armed, because it's the thought in a criminal's mind that somebody might be armed that might make them go, do I really want to chance this one? This guy might be armed. But if they knew that everyone was unarmed, because the governor said everybody had to be unarmed, all right, I'll point you back out the windshield. Headed back towards the war zone. We're at 30 minutes. I don't want to make this stream too long. I'll probably cut it off. We'll go right back up into the war zone real quick. I'll cut it in probably less than 5 minutes. And I don't know if I will come out here tomorrow, but I'll try to get back out here. My daughter's got soccer practice this week out here in Albuquerque. I think Monday. So I think I'll shoot to come back out here Monday and do a live stream for you guys in the daylight, so you can see what it really looks like out here. Nobody is worried about the gringo being armed. Alright, we're definitely back in the area where I wouldn't want to step out of my car. I do all the time anyways. Who have watched on my smaller channel. I kind of enjoy doing stupid and silly things. There was one night I was out with Mario and we found some tweaker laying down in decorative rock in front of a business, laying down on his stomach with this little light going through the decorative rock, digging for special colorful rocks. And I got out of the car and went and laid down on my stomach with him and talked to him for about an hour while digging for colorful rocks. I enjoy comedy. I enjoy weird stuff, and to me, that's that's a fun time to me, guys. I know I'm weird as hell, but for people who actually saw that, people loved that stream. The guy he called himself Pohuntin, told us he was a descendant of Pocahontas and John Smith. He did some little chant thing, I think. It was a good time. But to be honest, I'm a lot more worried about getting out of my car at this point, because I'm worried that criminals will believe that people out here really are unarmed because the governor said so. Which, I mean, if I were a criminal, would make me a lot more likely to try to attack people. So I don't know what the stats will actually say, but I can tell you that I genuinely feel that the city is far less safe now that there's a damn good chance that the criminals know that law-abiding citizens are unarmed. And to be honest, I mean, this is like a test that she's doing. She says, we don't know for sure what the results are going to be. We'll have to see in 30 days. Well, what if murders skyrocket in the next 30 days? What if we've had about 50 to 60 murder in Albuquerque so far this year? What if we have 50 to 60 in the next 30 days? Is the governor then going to be held accountable for disarming all law-abiding citizens, causing an excess of murders? I don't think so. I mean, she's literally playing Russian roulette with other people's lives. Hey, I don't know if this will work or not, but let's go ahead and see. With your life, though, not mine. We'll try it out with your life, not mine. I saw some flashing lights up here, so we'll see if it's a cop watch. We'll look down the side roads once I get up there. If we've got a cop watch, we'll go ahead and stay live for it. See if we can interview anybody else, and if not, I will kill the stream and head home. So absurd, I've been unarmed my whole life. Well, you know, the fact that so many people are armed, and there's always a question of who is and isn't armed around you, I think it makes you a lot safer. She should be tried for treason. I couldn't agree more, Cliff Williams. She should be in prison. The fact that all the criminals are, I mean, whether you're armed or not, I mean, most of the time the gun doesn't actually need to be used. It's just the fact that you have it that can deter the crime in the first place. Or even the thought that you might have it. Look, for those of you who don't want to carry, I absolutely positively support your right not to carry a firearm. Dead serious. I support that 100%. No way in hell I would try to say that you have to carry. But do you really think that you have the right to tell other people that they can't carry? don't see the lights, so. Oh, they're up there farther. They're moving away from me. I do see them. Watch, it'll be a security guard. Department stores out here have had to hire their own armed security. Looks like the Home Depot is closed now, but this is Eubank and Central, and we're passing by the Home Depot right now, and they have 3 to 4 armed security guards at that Home Depot at all times. That's the Home Depot that is closest to where I actually live, right there. And so that's where my wife and I go. When we first moved out here, we had no idea that it was probably the most dangerous Home Depot in the entire state of New Mexico, definitely in Albuquerque. Everything is locked up in that store. Everything. Everything is in cages. It is a broken down vehicle. Alright guys, I'm going to go ahead and kill it. Thank you guys for hanging out with me tonight. Thanks for checking out Albuquerque with me. I'm going to come out on Monday in the daylight. Show you guys what it looks like when you can see a little bit better in the middle of the day. On Monday, I'll probably go live somewhere between 5 and 5:30. We'll see you guys then.